Good evening. This is News Tonight. I'm your host, Paul Hudson. Our top story tonight, climate change. What is climate change? Virtually all climate scientists agree that climate change, global warming, is caused by the greenhouse effect, the trapping of heat produced from man-made sources radiating from Earth towards space. The leading cause of climate change is animal agriculture, otherwise known as intensive farming. Animal agriculture is the aggressive raising and production of mainly cattle, chickens, and pigs. Each animal contributes to the production of noxious levels of carbon dioxide, as well as feces and methane that pollute our water and air. Burning fossil fuels is a primary source of gas pollution in the environment, producing, quote, 1 calorie for animal protein requires 11 times as much fossil fuel input, according to PETA.org. The environmental strain doesn't end there. To produce meat for billions of consumers on the planet, other resources are used. Beef turns out to have an overall water footprint of roughly 4 million gallons per ton produced, according to the New York Times. Opponents argue that climate change is not fueled in large part by animal agriculture. The North American Meat Institute, meatinstitute.org, describes themselves as one unified voice for meat and poultry companies large and small, and claim animal agriculture and meat consumption contribute to only a small part of U.S. greenhouse gas production. The North American Meat Institute goes on to say that only 2.8% of greenhouse gases come from animal agriculture. Furthermore, the North American Meat Institute questions the ties between climate change and animal agriculture by saying, to what degree does human activity on Earth lead to climate change? Although the answer to that question remains unknown, and how much does animal agriculture contribute to greenhouse gas production? These views represent those of many in the meat and dairy industries. The other major way that humans are causing climate change is through the burning of fossil fuels. Electricity generation and combustion of fuels in vehicles are the leading causes of carbon, sulfur, and nitrous oxide pollution. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, global carbon emissions have increased from 4 billion metric tons of carbon to 10 billion metric tons in 2010. More recently, the burning of fossil fuels around the world is set to hit a record high in 2017, according to Damien Carrington of The Guardian newspaper. Carrington reports, global emissions need to reach their peak by 2020 and then start falling quickly in order to have a realistic chance of keeping global warming below the 2 degrees Celsius danger limit, according to leading scientists. This information and views represent those from both sides of the climate change discussion and by those reporting scientific findings on the matter. Thank you and good night.